So what are the primary objectives of MyGov?
The basic idea behind MyGov is that the talent and the intelligence which is available with the citizens of India should be used for the various kind of activities which relate to governance. So in terms of designing of policies, in terms of implementation of programs, in terms of getting creative inputs from the citizens, MyGov is a platform which allows the government of India to reach out to every single citizen in the country and use his or her talents for the country's development.
So what new initiatives are MyGov bringing out to reduce this menace of cybersecurity?
So we have recently conducted a discussion on the issue of internet safety, and specifically we are looking at bringing out some guidelines in very simple language, easily understandable language, very non-technical manner, which is specifically targeted at children and young adults. As you are aware that the young population of India is very substantially using the internet for various activities, and they're using it for learning, they're using it for entertainment, they share a lot of information on the public domain. But sometimes due to lack of understanding and awareness of safety practices, they may also be exposing themselves unwittingly to various kinds of dangers. So we want to sensitize them to the possible dangers, and we also want to educate them in terms of what are the practices that they should be following to ensure that they do not compromise either on their personal or in their professional security by their internet activities.
So what sort of threats are being challenged in the IT ecosystem?
So there are things are already known, things like cyberbullying is there, stalking is there. Sometimes people will try to extract some information out of you. When we focus specifically on children and young adults, then we try to see that these kind of activities do not take place. So what are the best practices, what are the suggestions that the MyGov users have in terms of being parents, in terms of being family members of children and young adults, and how they would like to see their family members and young family members kept safe. So we are obtaining these suggestions, and we've already got a number of suggestions, and we are having some internal discussions. We're also talking to the concerned other ministries in the government of India, and hopefully in the next few weeks we will have a very elaborate yet simple to understand guidelines which we can then circulate to the children of India to keep them safe.
So how MyGov educate the people about the cyber threats? Do they organize a training camp or exercise?
MyGov essentially is an engagement platform. So therefore it allows a space where people can share all these information or their thoughts on a particular issue. And once we've got their thoughts, once we've got their creative input, then we will of course publish it on MyGov. We will also use our other colleagues in the government, other ministries and departments to also circulate it through their own field mechanisms. So reaching out to the state governments, reaching out directly to the schools, and circulating these best practices so that they can reach the children to whom we are targeting.
So one last question.
Do these sort of forums help in reducing these problems? It creates awareness about the market?
Well, awareness is something that you can never have too much of. So there are of course certain ways of doing things that we have adopted, and these are all related to the environment in which we function and the kind of knowledge that each one of us, me and my colleagues and people such as you bring. We have these regular interactions. So whenever we meet at such events, it's always a good learning process for us also, because we can share what work we are doing. We also learn a lot of new things which do help us when we go back and start working back with renewed intelligence and renewed knowledge about our specific areas.
Thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you.